Yo, what is going on, you well-played Whimsicott? So the other day on this stream, by the way, I do stream every day except Mondays over at twitch.tv/AzulGG. First link in the description, give it a click and give it a follow. I decided to bring back the single prize, single strike box deck. But before we take a look at the list, I want to remind you guys, if you want to get any of the lists that I use over here on the YouTube channel, you can go find them on PokemonCard.io. There's a link in the description that'll take you directly to my profile where you can find all of the lists that I post here on the YouTube channel over there, so you can quickly and easily import them into PTCGO or PTCG Live. So let's go ahead and take a look at this deck list. And that is, of course, the single strike, single prize box deck. And the new big addition to the deck, of course, is the B-Barrel with the Industrious Incisors ability, drawn to you have 5 cards in your hand. We play a 2-2 of those, and we're trying to set up one of them throughout the game. Sometimes both, but usually almost never both. Not because like a piece is prized or we discard a piece, just because it's like it gets awkward with our bench. Because our ideal bench is usually 2 to 3 Houndoom, 1 Bidoof/B-Barrel, and then 1 Mew as well. I still got the Mews in here from my old build. The Mews were so good at finding Earn or Great Ball, or not Great Ball, or Quick Ball, or Ultra Ball, or Level Ball to find our attackers, or set up our Houndooms, or find the Earn to get our energy back, that I want to keep them around, and they've been really, really good as well. I went down to 0, and then I went back up to 1, and now I'm back all the way at 2, just like I was before. So 2 Mews in here to go alongside the B-Barrels as our kind of draw or our support Pokemon in the deck. Then 4/4 Houndoom, of course, like I said, we set up 2 to 3 of those, depending on the situation, depending on the matchup, and the attacking squad is the same. We got 2 Morpeko, 2 Swiper, and 2 Stonjourner to give us that fighting weakness still that's really good up against the Arceus V-Star, of course. And then, of course, the dark weakness up against the Mew VMAX in the Morpeko and the Swiper. And if we play against something that's not weak to dark or fighting, we don't just lose. We can still beat them, especially if there are other single prize decks. Those ones are always going to be close. But yeah, we always have a good chance against pretty much anything, to be honest. There's not really any decks that kind of body us. We can beat pretty much anything. 4 capture and 4 single strike energy in the energy department. And then over to the Pokemon search cards. Another new addition in the Ultra Ball. We got 4 of those because we can find anything. 4 Level Ball because we really need to find our basics aggressively. And Level Ball finds all of our basic Pokemon except the Stonjourner and the Swiper. Level Ball finds everything else. Am I correct on that? I don't want to, yeah, except for Stonjourner and Swiper. But we also have 3 Quick Ball alongside the Ultra Balls that can find literally any of our basic Pokemon. So I went 1 lower on the Quick Balls because my thought process was, well, Ultra Ball finds anything, and we really need to make sure we find our Houndooms or our B-Barrel so we can set up and make sure we're attacking every turn. And then Level Ball versus Quick Ball, I was like, well, if I have an Ultra Ball in my hand, I don't really want to use an Ultra Ball and a Quick Ball out of the hand. Then I have to discard 3 cards. I'd rather use an Ultra Ball and a Level Ball, because the things that the Quick Balls can find and the Ultra Balls can find that the Level Balls can't, the Swiper and the Stonjourner, we don't need those really early on and aggressively in games anyways. Like, we find them eventually, or, you know, we can get them eventually. We don't need them aggressively. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with the Level Ball over the 4th Quick Ball, and it's been pretty good so far, so I can't really complain. 1 Ornate Rod, whether that be recover attackers, or if our opponent goes after stuff like our B-Barrel or our Houndooms, we can recover those as well. And then into the supporter lineup for Research, and of course for Bruno, because we are playing the Swiper, so we have to have a single strike supporter in the deck. I don't have the Karina's, I think it was called, Karen's Conviction, I forget what it's called, but the single strike supporter that increased our damage in here right now, but I could see it being a good addition sometime in the future, potentially. 3 Boss's Orders, 3 Air Balloons. We got to be able to move, and we got to be able to move our opponent's bench Pokemon into their active sometimes. 4 Urns of Vitality, of course. We are a single prize, single strike deck, so that means we go through a lot of energy. And I've had quite a few games of this deck where I almost run out. Almost. I've actually had a couple where I do run out, but usually we're just fine, or just about fine. And then 2 Pokegear help us find our draw supporters early on, and also give us an out to draw supporters through the Mysterious Tail on the Mew, which is a little bit less relevant now that we got B-Barrel helping us draw cards in here as well. Don't really need Mew to do as much heavy lifting as we used to need from it, to be honest. But Mew used to have to do quite a bit of work. Not as much work needs to be done from the Mew anymore. The B-Barrel helps out quite a bit. And that's the list, guys. Let's get into a game. Let's try it out, and I'll show you guys how it runs. Okay, so we won the coin flip, so we will be going first. But if we are up against Mew, I probably want to go second against... Actually, to be honest, I actually don't know. I would probably want to go second against Mew. I don't actually know. We're up against Mew. I wish I had gone second. Definitely wish I had gone second. All right, don't donk me, please. Some tail action going on. Get a Level Ball. Throw down the double Dowers. Dowers, and then if they keep my active, I'd want to have the Morpeko in play already. So I think we'll just grab the Morpeko, throw it down, and then pass and see what happens. Now this matchup is, I do think it is favored, but it can get really close, especially if our opponent plays smart. They can do a lot of weird shenanigans throughout the game to make things awkward, and sometimes we can just whiff the early knockouts. That's kind of the bigger thing. Once we kind of set up and get our board established, we don't really whiff too many KOs from there, but the early KOs is what I feel like I do kind of whiff sometimes. And they got like quite a few one prize attackers. They got the Meloettas, they got the Oricorio, because the Oricorio actually KOs Morpeko. It's only got 50 HP, so they could use Oricorio right now and KO my Morpeko, to be honest. But I think it's still correct to bench the Morpeko here, because if they just go like Meloetta, knockout, I want to be able to send them to Morpeko. And there's a higher chance, or there's like a chance, not a higher chance, I guess. There's a chance that it's prized. There's a higher chance my opponent just doesn't see that, though, is what I want to say. And then they're going to go with Meloetta or even with the Psychic Leap of Mew. So we got that going for us, for sure. There's just a chance that they don't pull it off, and it looks like they've got the Meloetta and not the Oricorio, so I don't think they see the play. And this is the pretty easy KO to get, to be honest. The KO on the Meloetta, you need 1 energy acceleration from a Houndoom to KO the Meloetta. If they attack with a Mew, we need 2. Or wait, let me do the math. Or an attachment would also work, to be honest. So we'd probably be able to get the KO on the Mew as well, but like, we're pretty well set up here to get the KO on the Meloetta. We just need a Houndoom. That's it. So all we need a Houndoom and not to draw into 4 single strike energy before we see the Houndoom, I guess. So I guess there is a world where that happens. And that wouldn't be great, I don't think. I wouldn't like that. So hopefully that doesn't happen. And they haven't even attacked yet, so they could still whiff the turn 1 KO here, and we could actually just be get super far ahead on the following turn, to be honest. Well, we're not that far ahead, because I don't actually want to research his hand. So maybe like Bruno, and then chill. Actually, they're going with the Mew here, though. They put those on the Mew, or they misclicked. Oh, is it just Meloetta pass? They might be, they whiffed. Okay, so yeah, they whiffed. I would still like to get this knockout if possible. Like I said, I don't really want to play a research, so we're gonna go with the Bruno here. If we get lucky, I think we'll get a KO here. But if not, it's okay if we whiff. I think I'm okay with whiffing here. And it does not look like we're gonna be getting there, to be honest. If I get an Ultra Ball here, I could go for the knockout. Nope. That's an air balloon. Now they could KO a Houndour, and then I wouldn't be able to actually knock one out next turn. So I think we do have to go give him air balloon, and then go get another Dower to put into play. And we'll just chill with this. I guess we're just passing. Like I said, it's possible we whiff. We whiffed. My opponent also whiffed, though. So whiff for a whiff. I would much rather have both of us whiffing than neither of us whiffing, to be honest, because that gives me like an extra turn to do something before they draw their first prize card. Because once Mew starts drawing prize cards, they don't really stop. So I'm fine, especially with DTEs now. There's like never a point where they stop drawing prize cards. So I am fine for it to play out this way, to be honest, because that gives me one more turn to prepare for the onslaught of prize taking that's about to go on between both of us. I'll be drawing some prize cards as well. They're not going to be the only ones having fun here. I'm going to be drawing some prize cards as well. Yeah, we'll see what they actually get the knockout on. Yeah, if we don't get the third Dower in play, then they could go boss KO, a Dower, and then we wouldn't actually be able to get the knockout next turn. And we still don't have it guaranteed currently, for sure. We're definitely far from it being guaranteed, but I feel like we have a pretty good shot at pulling it off, to be honest. We're just a couple dooms away, and if our Mew does survive, if they go chase more Morpeko or something, then that would be not that bad as well. Getting the Mew sticking around is a pretty big deal, to be honest. Actually kind of hurt to lose that air balloon there, because ideally we want to get a Mew with an air balloon set up, but now this air balloon is gonna have to go somewhere else. So if my last air balloon is prized or I can't find it, I mean, it's just gonna be hard to get that cooking. So I don't know, we'll see. It could be hard to get another Mew with an air balloon on it, but we have an air balloon left, so it's like possible. And then we're out of air balloons though, so then like B-Barrel can get stuck in the active and stuff. It gets kind of weird. You got to be careful with B-Barrel. B-Barrel can get stuck in the active pretty easily, which we definitely don't like to have happen. We don't like when B-Barrel gets stuck in the active. So it's made me also think like maybe cutting Mew and then trying to set up 2-2 B-Barrel every single game could be the better route, but the reach that Mew gets to find urns and like ultra balls or quick balls is just so huge, and even sometimes clutch Pokegears and stuff. It's such a big deal. I feel like I can't cut the Mew. I don't think I can't cut the Mews. They've just been so ridiculously good. They were so good, you know, pre-Brilliant Stars, that even now once you get Brilliant Stars, I feel like they're just still so ridiculously powerful. Yeah, it's just too good. Oh, okay. So they actually knocked us out. They're going back to the deck. So they're gonna send up they could send up a mellow out of here. They might send up a Genesect, though, which would make things pretty awkward, to be honest. Send up the Bidoof. I would say I'm putting the air balloon on the Bidoof, so it's not that bad. They're going to mellow out, though, so it's going to be a little bit easier of a knockout this turn for sure. Find ourselves a boss. We just need to find ourselves a draw supporter here. A couple options. I'm okay losing the boss here to go with the research play instead. Also means I get to save my Brunos for later to combo with a Swiper potentially, or just to shuffle stuff that's more relevant than just a boss back into the deck. Only one Doom here, and not much else, to be honest. This hand is lacking in terms of stuff. I could actually attack with Houndoom here and attach a capture to Houndoom and get out a Mew to then have more options on the following turn. I think I'm actually going to go that route. Single Strike Roar. Just check, is the Mew in here? Mew is in here. I do want to set it up, to be honest. I get to keep my Morpeko around, which is like a really efficient attacker into the Mew VMAX, so I do want to keep that around. And I get to capture the Mew out. It's like an efficient place to put the capture, and then I get the Quick Ball at the beginning of next turn and get the Dower back out. The fourth Dower. I'll hold the Air Balloon for now. Just in case they do something weird, like boss up a Dower or something and try and trap it in the active. And I have the Air Balloon to move it, but I don't think that's going to happen, but you never really know, right? They could have like a really awkward hand and be like, well, I have to boss trap something for turn, and trapping Mew is not better than trapping Houndour, so you never know when something weird is going to happen. So we may as well go about it like this just in case it does go that way. But we got to get our B-Barrel online, man. That guy's been slacking. We got the Bidoof in play for a turn. No B-Barrel, no Ultra Balls. We haven't actually seen a single Ultra Ball yet this whole game. Definitely lacking on the Ultra Balls for sure. Need to find a couple more of those. Get the evolution Pokemon out. We got the one, but we'd like to see a couple more for sure. There's the Echoing Horn. There goes their escape rope. Let's see how many escape rope they're down. Well, just one rope right now. And I mean, they might just have to go into Mew VMAXs here. We'll see. They could attack with the Mew V, and that could definitely make things awkward. But they've evolved to the VMAX. They could still Psychic Leap here, though. A couple tablets or a boss gets involved. They could Psychic Leap, go back to the deck, and then set up a Genesect. And that's really where we generally need Swiper to help us out. But with the current hand, we can't really pull off a Swiper play. Sparkle coming back out. There was the double tablet. So yeah, they could definitely be running to a Genesect here. Now, we could at least punch the Genesect and then be able to boss it up later and knock it out. So it's really not that big of a deal that they run to a Genesect, to be honest. It is annoying. I'd rather have them leave the Mew in the active. And we see they even attach an energy to the Genesect. Oh, okay. I was like, oh my gosh, what? Basic Psychic to the active. Fusion Strike System. They could have left the energy in deck, I guess. They didn't have to take that. That's interesting that they actually took it. They could have also put it on the active and then put the basic Psychic energy on the bench. That's curious. They did double tablet, though, so that we know that they are... they're probably lining up the Psychic Leap play, to be honest. Maybe they put the energy here so they could retreat it, and then Fusion Strike or Sparkle over here, I guess. I mean, that does make a little bit of sense. But they'll most likely be leaping here. Another Mew V comes down, and probably running to a Genesect, like if I had to guess. But if they stick in the active, we would love to see that. I don't think they're going to make that play. I think they're just going to keep Psychic Leaping, keep Leap Looping as long as they can. We'll see. Yeah, 130, Psychic Leap Loop again. And they'll, like I said, they'll probably, if they don't set up a Genesect here, we're all for it. But if I had to guess, I'd say a Genesect's probably coming up here. I'm just going to go ahead and punch it with a Morpeko. And then go from there. Like I said, it doesn't put us in a terrible spot. It just could be a little bit better. And Genesect to the active. If we top deck well here, we could try and go... No, that's not the Swiper route we're going to attempt. I'm going to give the Stone Journer. I'm going to grab that Dower, because I do want triple Dower on board. Otherwise, things could get weird as far as that goes for sure. Earn for a single strike energy. And then we just need like one Houndoom here, and we're just going to go more Morpeko Punch. And then from there, start to look for more plays. Ooh, okay, pretty good draw. Lots of options. Do you want to keep the ball? I want to keep... Oh my gosh, I want to keep so many things around here. Sheesh. Okay. It's just a really good hand. It's like a good hand, but double Ultra Ball is like kind of awkward. For sure. We can't find like everything. We can't get like everything out of this hand. I'm gonna go Ultra Ball away these two. Get a Houndoom. Use Mew, Mysterious Tail. Find something new to work with. Probably a level ball because we already have an Ultra Ball. We don't really have a hand that can support multiple Ultra Balls, so. And then I think we're just going to hit this Genesect for a bit here with the Single Strike Roar. And then I think I'll hold this energy in hand because I might want to go with this Viper play next turn even, possibly, so. Treat, ship it, and I mean, I guess I don't think I can afford to get rid of that boss is the problem, but I could Ultra Ball away these two, the level ball and the Single Strike energy, to be honest, to get a B barrel. We still have 3 urn left, plenty of capture energy. All right, let's do it. I had to change our heart here towards the end of this play here, to be honest. I wasn't gonna do it, but now I think we do just do it. 3 cards now, possibly more cards next turn. Sounds pretty good to me. Let's just draw some extra cards. Like, yeah, it seems worth it, to be honest. The more that I kind of sat there and thought about it, I was like, I don't really like this hand. This hand is still not great though. Oh my gosh, I almost clicked end turn. That would have been bad. Let's swing. Yeah, this hand is still not great, but we can make some plays out of it. We can make some plays out of it for sure. We just need to start taking prize cards next turn. If we don't take a prize card next turn, then we're going to be in real trouble. But if we take a prize card next turn, I think we'll be okay. So that's our focus, is just to draw a prize card next turn. And we should be just fine. We have to get back some more Picos with the Ordinary Rod in hand. I assume my Active Pico will be getting KO'd here. If not, we can recover stuff like the Houndoom lines. We probably have to bring back both more Picos though, just so we have like some really efficient attackers. That's generally what we want to aim for, is just like some super efficient attackers throughout the game. And we can even go with like a boss KO on a MUV possibly next turn. Or, I mean, if they do attack with a MUV max and leave it in the active this time, I feel like we're just going to get leap looped again though. I mean, they got plenty of switch cards, plenty of energy left, right? We've only gotten rid of 1 fusion. They can definitely leap loop here again for sure. And it's more Pico with like no HP left. So we might have to set up a boss play until we can get into like a Sviper or Bruno play. But it feels like we're a ways away from that, to be honest. They could also whiff. They could also whiff the line here. I mean, it's possible. They can only do the leap loop so much before the decks left in the card are just like, can't move, so you can't draw back into the cards, and you run out of Elsa Sparkles eventually. It looks like they are playing the basic Psychic build, so they probably play like 1, maybe 2 DTE, so I don't know if they'll actually be able to use those. I could have put this capture energy in play actually last turn, to be honest, but this also like opens up plays for me to hold the capture energy, so that's why I held it. I can like capture something out and then like Houndoom to it. I don't know, we'll see. I definitely could have put it in play though, I think. And I have 2 Single Strike energy. Ooh, I actually maybe only have, I have at least 1 Single Strike energy in the deck, but that might be it, to be honest. It might just be 1. I don't know, we'll see. There was the quick ball use. They didn't grab anything. Here comes the switch. Okay, they can move the Genesect. Are we gonna get Psychic Leaped again? Is the question. And then can we do anything about it, I guess, is like the bigger question. Can we have a response to it? To my opponent Psychic Leaping me? That is another question. Do we have a solid response? I mean, we have the boss for the Genesect, but we need like a lot more than that. So we'll see. We'll see. Another Cramomatic, hopefully another Tails. We'll see though. And they still have a lot of Genesects to draw with. Oh, it is a heads. There we go. They'll definitely be able to pull off anything they want this turn now. Usually a Cramomatic heads means they got it. I mean, sometimes they don't. Like if the rest of the hand is that bad. But a heads with a Cramomatic usually means combined with the rest of the cards in their hand, they should be able to put something, pretty much whatever they want together. And there we go. I'm getting punched by Mew. How many Ultra Balls do I have left? I still have 2. Okay, so if we can just find a Houndoom, we could boss KO this Mew V, and then maybe completely shut them out of this one, to be honest. I assume I'm going to get, yeah, we're going to get leaped again. But this is our turn to strike. This is our time. We've been waiting for this moment. We can boss KO that Mew V on the bench. And then kind of take away their option to even like attack on the next turn. Maybe. Let's see what they actually send up here. And let's see what we top deck. See what we can draw into. See if the B-Barrel can help us out. It's another Genesect. Kind of expected that. Not a big surprise. Another boss off the top though. I don't like that. Oh man. Has once again gotten awkward. Our hand is awkward. Extremely awkward. Play this level ball first. Let me just check the deck. 1 Single Strike energy. 3 urn. 1 Ultra Ball. There's the Pokegear, so we could go for this Viper play, to be honest. We can get the Pokegear. We don't have terrible odds of seeing the Pokegear. Maybe we should just start with the Mysterious Tail and see what we get. I'm like kind of down for this play. Earn. Okay. Not bad. But not really what... Maybe I should just start with the B barrel draw. Now I'm just like kind of stuck again, I feel like. Like, what do I go? What do I attack? What do I set up here? Oh, man. I almost just don't want to... I feel like I help them if I boss here. If we just played it slower. Because they're out of sparkles. I don't know if they play DTE, to be honest. We don't know if they play DTE. Give me the more Pico. We can wait and see if we get there, to be honest. We could wait and see if we get there. So we can go like single strike roar. Do the more Pico. And then I can earn first. And then I might just pass, to be honest. This game has gotten so awkward. They've leap looped a lot, but they can only leap loop so much. At some point, the leaps have been looped, and they're all out of loops and leaps. At some point, it gets to that point. Let's B barrel for 2. Hopefully we don't draw 2 single strike energy. That'd be terrible. And a Stone Journer and a Bruno. We got the boss in the hand, so I don't really want a Bruno. I want to be the one to initiate the kind of the plays here. So I'm just gonna pass. I mean, they can probably hit a switch this turn. They're down 3 Elsa Sparkle though, so can they really do too much past that? I guess we're gonna find out. Can they do too much past moving their Genesect to their Mew? Do they play the DTEs? How many DTEs do they play? Have we got them to a point where they're kind of out of energy and have maybe leaped their last loop, or will they be able to loop another leap? I'm thinking they've leaped their last loop here. And I think we maybe have got them in a spot finally, because you can only leap so many loops until you run out of energy to loop your leaps with, especially when you're playing basic psychic, because with DTE you can constantly loop your leaps every single turn as long as you find the energy in the VMAX. But with basic psychics, once you run out of the Elsa's Sparkle, the loops have been leaped and your leaps are done. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see here. We'll see if they can loop another leap. They draw 1 off the Genesect. That is a great sign that they only drew 1 to start that turn. There's a Fusion Strike energy to a Genesect. That thing doesn't loop any leaps, but it still does a lot of damage, so we got to be careful of that thing for sure. And another Genesect draw. I think I'm just going to boss KO that Genesect now. Could I have done that? No, we're only swinging for 80. No, couldn't have done that. And no loops to be leaped from the Genesect. And maybe are they playing weird like that on purpose? I don't know. Let's start with this. I think I'm going to go KO the Genesect. Like, why are they setting up Genesect? I'm just like kind of concerned now for what's going on here. Why are they setting up the Genesect? Why are they doing that? This has got me feeling some type of way, to be honest, for sure. I don't know if I like it or hate it or don't care and should boss a Mew, but I should probably boss KO that Genesect, to be honest. Plenty of energy left. Okay, so I'm not worried about anything getting stuck in the active. Good to know. Let's go ahead and let's boss that Genesect. And who knows, maybe after this they could just concede. They leaped their loops and now they're done. Let's find out. Incisors. Earn's always a nice option to have. They seem to be content with me knocking out this Genesect though, so that makes me scared. I'm gonna knock out this Pico, or use my Pico to knock out this Genesect is what I should say. Get some prize cards, 2 prize cards. I tried to take a third. That's cheating. The Houndoom is a great grab here. Now we have that third Houndoom in play. We have the Earn and the energy in hand. So with the current hand, actually, let me peek our trainers. It looks like we've got, what, 1 Ultra Ball, 1 Quick Ball left, I believe. If I'm doing the math in my head correctly. I believe so. Okay, they do play GT. They've got the Mew VMAX. Did they have this the whole time? It seems like they just played those. Maybe they had to have top decked 1 of those, right? Or maybe they were trying to set up some other weird play and just decided they weren't going to be able to do it. Now they're just going to be content with KO and my more Pico. That actually might just be what's going on here. And they're attacking. I think we got him. That's it. And like I said, it definitely feels like it is a solid... What? They're running away again? Never mind. We're still in this. I was like, wait. They're still leap looping. Everybody calm down. The loops have not been leaped yet. There's still loops to leap and leaps to loop. Okay. Let's see what this Mew gets us. Because if I get a Sviper here, I can just boss KO Genesect. Or the Mew. And then I think that would be game. Okay, we whiffed that. But I think I can still boss KO that Mew. But then I'm out of boss, which makes me concerned for if I can even get a one-hit KO at that point. I could KO with the Houndoom, actually, to be honest. Yeah, I could do that. Let's attach this here. Let's use just a single strike roar. I just want to see what's in the deck, to be honest. Okay, there's an energy. Oh, I guess I should have got that out first. This Viper's there. Okay. I think this is the correct way to go about this. We're going to throw an energy here. I can just attach from hand, actually, as well. I don't even have to use the urn yet. That's 90. And they might concede on this one, to be honest. We'll see. Give me the... Oh. Give me the Mew. Treat. Send up the Houndoom. All right. Darkness Fang. Okay, so we prized, I believe, an Ultra Ball and a Quick Ball. So we're guaranteed one of those out of the prize cards, which means we're then guaranteed to be able to find, there it is, find this Viper next turn, and then we have an Urn in hand and a Capture Energy, so we can attach to this Viper, retreat the Houndoom to this Viper, earn the energy back, play the Bruno, and knock out their Genesect. Finally, these Genesects have been so annoying and such massive walls in our way from all this Leap Looping, that now we can finally take one down and stop these shenanigans that my opponent has been doing this whole game. But good on my opponent for identifying one of the win conditions of just Mew VMAX up against one prize decks, to be honest. So good on my opponent. Yeah, using that last boss there was kind of scary. I really did not want to use that boss like that, but kind of had to. Ended up being okay though, it looks like, as I sent up my Mew. And like I said, oh, wait a second. My energy's now trapped on my... Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Hold on. Okay, I can always retreat though. Energy, 2 single strike. Okay. I think we're good, right? I think we're good here. Why would they play that rope there? That was weird. I'm kind of scared. Do they have another? No, the Fusion Strike Energy's here though, in play, so they can't sparkle. They played 3. They probably don't play 4. Okay, I think we're fine. I think we've done it. I think we're gonna see them retreat to a Genesect on this next turn. And then they have 1 switch left, I believe, because they're down 2 escape rope and a switch. Usually you just see the 4 switch cards. Pretty good guess that that's what they got. Here comes that boss though. Boss on my Houndoom. Okay, so we'll see what they do here. But I guess we can always set it up on the next turn. So they still can't stop us from winning the game here, I don't think. Yeah, they're going with the energy mix, so we just have game in hand set up. All right, we still end up with the dub overall. They went with the energy mix play instead of retreating to a Genesect. Might have been out of switch cards, to be honest, so they might have not been able to do that. They actually load up on their Genesect there. That's interesting. They probably want to be able to Psychic Leap into the Genesect next turn, and then be able to retreat the Genesect back into a Mew. I would assume. Let's go ahead. Let's end these shenanigans, though. No more Psychic Leap looping. We're stopping it right here. We're shutting it down. They got their energy mix, but the fun is over. And single prize, single strike is going to end up victorious here. Not the leap, or not the loops that are leaping and the leaps that are looping. And the Genesect walls as well. Those are so annoying. And that's why it's so important to get this Viper online and be able to utilize it, because otherwise the Genesect is like, them doing that is like really annoying. But if you have this Viper play, it's just like not that big of a deal at all. We just never were able to have this Viper play. They would leap loop into a Genesect, and usually you go Viper Bruno knockout, and then you're just like, oh, I just still drew 2 prize cards for the turn. I'm fine with this. That's fine. You can do that all you want. But we didn't get it. We didn't have it this game. But it didn't matter. We still able to pull it off. It was getting close there. Leaps almost looped us. Not quite though. We end up with the dub, and that's a single prize, a single strike deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you did, be sure to give the video a like. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to see more content from me, check out the live stream and check out the live stream at twitch.tv/AzulGG. First thing in the description, give it a click, give it a follow. And if you're not able to make the live streams when I do live stream, but you still want to catch some of those games and that gameplay, then be sure to go check out the VOD channel here on the YouTube. I started a YouTube channel just for the VODs. Go check it out. Give it a subscribe, so that way you can always go watch some more games with a bunch of different decks that I play, usually on the Twitch channel, but now you can also watch the VODs here on YouTube. So go do that. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow.